Hey guys, thank you for checking out another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Findorff, a game by Rio Grande Games. This is a 1 to 5 player game, ages 14 and plus, 75 minutes. That is the front of the box, and on the back of the box, this is what you find. A little bit of story of Findorff, the type of game it is, and a picture of what the game looks like, setup and stuff like that. Alright, so I wanted to show you the game board first. This is what the back of it looks like. Sorry for the camera bump there. Neat artwork on the back of it. I'm showing it to you like this because like this, the whole thing won't fit in the camera, but there you go. That's what it looks like. Included in the game, and I have everything outside so that it's just easier to get everything going. You're gonna get 110 coins, cardboard coins. This is how thick they are. And you're gonna get denominations of 2. Here. You're gonna get a denomination of 1. You're gonna get 10s. And you're going to get 50. Alright, so those are your coins. Let's get that out of the way. There is a starting player cardboard. Neat. It's the same boat you see on the back of the board or the game box. You get your foreman. Open this orange one. It comes. The players comes in orange, white, blue, purple, green, which I have here, and then you also get orange player. So let's take a look at that one. And I've separated each one of the players in their own little baggie, and each player is going to have the back of the player board with their actions are going to be taken. That's what the cardboard looks like. You're gonna have your own little production tile there. Peat boat. You're gonna have your bureaucracy card and the steps of what happens during that turn. That's what the back of it looks like. And then these are your what is this called? I think it's factory? Warehouse. Alright, a warehouse. Okay. And you're also going to get 10 houses. These are wooden houses. You'll get 10 of those. And you're gonna get a foreman. I'm sorry, I'm just glancing over to the rule book to find out the actual name of them, but you know, starting player guy. So that's what you're gonna get. Each player is gonna get their own set of that in their color. Those. There are 25 structure cards. Back of it. And that's the front of these cards. And I'll show you the artwork on a couple of those. And this is basically where you're going to be paying, in this case 10 money and 2 bricks, and this will be your in this case this will be your income. Power plant. The year and the number have something to do with the with the track up there. So depending on where you are on that track, there's a piece that goes like this. And as this move up, you know, every time you build one of these cards, this moves up one. And then, for example, if this is here, right, and you were to build that card, the card normally would cost 10 bucks and 2 bricks, but because it is before this track here, it has a $5 discount. So instead of paying 10, you're gonna be paying 5, and this will be the rewards. And then this number up here will be related to one of these tokens and an area on the board that you're gonna flip. So for example, this one is 24, and 24 will be up here. So normally the way we set it up is we'll have it like that, and then once card number 24 gets built, let's look for that, the pumping station, then we'll flip it over, depicting that it has been built already. But these are all the cards. The community garden, rail station, mystery halls, floodgate, free school, gas works. Anyways, there's 25 of those. There are 28 of the structure tiles. Some are your regular tiles that look like that. And you're gonna be, once you build that particular card attached to the tile, you're gonna flip it over. Some will look like this. For example, that's 19. And they'll have spots where you can put one of your homes. Show you a couple. 2 rails going that one. This one comes, put 3 rails on them, and you'll see it on the card. Let's see, this one is number 8. So let's look for number 8 real quick. So number 8 is this slaughterhouse, and it tells you it's gonna cost 17 bucks, 2 bricks, and you can put 3 rails on the location. So once you flip this over, 3 rails there. All right. That's that. What else? You get 25 bricks. That's what they look like. So the bricks. You get 70 rails. These are the ones you're going to be placing around the board, like so. Essentially, this is timer of the game. So you're basically gonna go up that path first, and then you go up the second path, and then once you hit that, that triggers the end of the game. So there's 70 of those. You can also sell this. The game board tells you right here. So during your sell, what is it called? Is it called sell? During your sell part of your actions. It's depicted here. So once you go to this section of your player board, then you can sell. Depending on how many of those you have is how many times you can perform that action. But so one of your actions, you can sell one of those for 10 bucks. And this action up here is what allows you to buy. That's what allows you to buy action tiles. It allows you to buy these production tiles. It also allows you to build these cards. This up here is what allows you to get more workers. And there's 30 of them in the game. So depending of how many of those you have, is how many workers you can get. So basically you will move down here and you get workers depending on how many of those actions you have. And then those workers you can use during the production action. Depending on how many of those you have is how many workers you can place there and then get the reward. So in this case, you will get 2 bricks for putting a worker there. You can only do it once because you only have 1 action, but there's these action tiles that you get in the game as well. These ones you will place up here on the game board. And as a sales action, you can purchase this action tile so you can have more actions during each one of your sections. This is dependent on the amount of players you have, and the price would change depending on that. So for example, let's say you have purchased this, then in that case, during this action, instead of taking 1 worker, because you only have 1, you can take 2 workers. And if you had, for example, let's say you had this, if you only have 1, you would only be able to place 1 of your workers down and get that reward. In that case, it would be a rail. But if you have 2 of them, then you can do it action 1 more time and then get another rail, which you can use later to sell for money, or some cards require rails like this one. So 70 rails, 25 bricks, 30 of the workers, 50 of the peats, 50 of those wooden peats. And at the beginning of the game, you're gonna fill this peat market all the way to the star, and that's gonna fluctuate depending on the game board and what's get purchased and all that stuff, because as you're buying stuff, for example, selling rails or whatever, as you put these rails down, the game board is going to tell you whether you should add peats or get rid of peats. So for example, let's say this is filled all the way to 6, right? So imagine all that's filled up. If this gets put down on the game board, it's telling you right there to subtract 1 peat from the market, so you get rid of 1 peat. In this case, the price will stay the same, but if for whatever reason this gets removed and there's only peat up to this section here, then that means that you can sell your peat as part of the sell action. You can sell 2 peat per action. So in this case, let's say you had this on your warehouse, you'll be able to sell 2 of those because you only have 1 action available for $6 each back to the market. Okay, so that's how that works. What else? Am I missing anything else? As part of your sale action, you can also, and it tells you right there, you can build a house. So you will pay your brick from your warehouse, and then you will grab one of your houses. And these ones you can put anywhere on the board where there's like a house shown. So you can place a house there. All right. So I think I showed you everything. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I was trying to show you what's included in the game and also tell you how more or less how the game goes. I don't think I'm missing anything. Let me go through the rulebook here. Very simple rulebook. Looking at 8 pages. The back of the rulebook has all the cards and exactly what each one of the cards does. So that's pretty neat. There is an end game scoring. Most of the games here, most of the points on this game is going to be from the cards. So each one of your structures, each one of your cards is going to be 50 points at the end of the game. For each one of your rails in your warehouse, for each one of those you have in your warehouse, you're going to get 10 points. For each one of the bricks you have in your warehouse is going to be 4 points. And then the peat, depending on the market, is how much it's going to be point-wise at the end of the game. and then for each money you have, it will be a victory point. There's a little section here for the solo game. This is how the end game goes. These are different, the different actions and what they do. They go into detail with that, how to play, and basically that's it. What's included in the game. Simple. I love this. Simple to grasp game, and I love how the market works and stuff like that. Really good production. Something from Rio Grande Games is usually good, so no issues there. The cardboard are not the thickest cardboard I've seen, but they work and they're super strong. I don't like the coins at all, but I understand, you know, it keeps the price down. So we tend to use this to play the game. But yeah, that's Findorff from Rio Grande Game. Big thanks to them for providing us a copy of the game. Thank you very much for watching the video. This is Findorff from Rio Grande Games. We will see you guys on the next one. Be good to each other. See ya. Bye.